Okay, good evening, everybody. This is the Finance and Claims Committee of the Common Council, our meeting for December 11th, 2025. Um, First of all, I'd like to call the meeting to order at 7:01. It looks like we have in attendance the committee members, Doug Sutton, Ann Winstrand, Johan Lopez, and myself, Jim Freyer, which constitutes a quorum. So the first item that we'll have is the acceptance of the minutes of the meeting of 11/13. Is there a motion to approve those? Ms. Winstrand makes the motion. Is there any changes, any comments to be made on those minutes? Okay, all those in favor of accepting the minutes as provided? Doug, it looks like Doug, are you abstaining? Can't hear you.
Doug, you're muted.
Okay, Doug, you're muted. I believe you're abstaining because you weren't at the meeting the last time. So, um, the minutes are approved. Okay, next item on the list is public participation. Do we have anybody online or on the phone that wishes to address the committee?
There are no hands.
Okay, so why don't we give it 1 minute, and if not, then we can close our participation. I think that's a short minute, but let's close participation. Um, and we go on to reports. Item number 5, narrative on tax collection. So we can put these things together, the A, B, and C together. We'll turn that over to Ms. Biagirelli,
Good
our
evening.
tax collector.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can, and we can see you fine.
Perfect. Thank you. With your permission, might I address the claims first?
Okay.
Your packets include the narrative, the end of month. The narrative is pages 10 and 11. The end of month report for November is page 12, and then the claims begin on page 13. But on page 15 of your packet, there is a special request that does require your vote, due to the fact that the dollar amount is in excess of $10,000. This is a motor vehicle refund for multiple vehicles over multiple grand list years for Toyota Lease Trust in the amount of $24,234.04. So we would appreciate your approval of that, and you have to vote on it.
Okay. All those in favor of this item? Approving this item? That's unanimous. Okay.
Thank you. Going to the end of month report for the month of November, between October and November, it looks like our collections actually dropped percentage wise, even though we've collected more money. And the reason for that is because of the infusion of the supplemental motor vehicle billing, which is $3 million in receivables, which is due by February 2nd. But we added it to our system in November. So it increased our receivable. So that's why it looks like our collection rate went down a little bit. But we are actually pretty much where we're supposed to be for the month of November. We're at 53.27% of our combined levy. We are going to be billing the second installment for real estate, business, personal property, doing a delinquent billing for motor vehicle, and then that motor vehicle supplemental that I mentioned. Those bills will go out this month. The supplemental motor vehicle is for bills that were not on the original 10/1/2024 grant list, but came on later due to the fact that they were newly registered after October 1st of 2024, but still within the 24-month period of that grand list. So they're prorated bills, and the levy is about $3.1 million that we added. The state made a few changes to how we do the billing for supplemental this year, but we are billing them with a due date of January 1st, payable by February 2nd. Everything else that we're doing right now kind of revolves around that billing. But I did give you some updates in the narrative just so that you would stay on track with the cannabis, also the MTS, municipal tax services billing of those out-of-state motor vehicles. A little bit of an increase in that. And I think there will probably be another billing from them going out sometime within the next couple months, but Paul Gorman can speak to that.
Okay.
The other big change that we have is we will be changing our online payment provider. We're working on that now. We're trying to get it done as soon as we can. The law department is doing the contracts right now. But because it will allow the taxpayers to pay a lower fee to use a credit card or a debit card online, we're trying to get it implemented prior to the end of the collection cycle. And we'll keep you posted on that. But I'm glad to answer any questions that anybody has.
Anybody have any questions? I just have one question on the cannabis sales.
Yes.
The 473,000 is year to date, or that's from inception from 5/24.
From 5/24.
Is it possible to see a year to date so that we could compare year over year
Sure.
and see how we're doing?
Mhm.
That would
I'll
be
send
kind
it
of
to you.
interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, you
Jim,
understand
it's
that
not changing much. It's been fairly steady between 28 and 32,000 a month.
Okay.
Over the history of it. Since we went to three, since there were three retailers, it's been very, very consistent.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So we could go back, and we're happy to get that for you. But it might be a little bit skewed because that third one didn't come on until maybe 9 months ago, 6 to 9 months ago. So it might skew what you're looking at a little bit.
It doesn't bother me too much now. I'm just thinking down the road when we go into year 2 and 3, and it'd be interesting just to see, what the contribution is year over year.
Yeah.
Whether that's something that's growing or not. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Can I
Hey.
ask a question? Is this
Yeah.
committee's last meeting before the change? It is? Because I'd
Yes.
like to say thank you for
Yeah.
working with us.
I
And
think so, Lisa. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, on behalf of my division, I really appreciate the interest that you show in our collections, and I have enjoyed working with you. And those who are continuing on, I hope you stay on finance and claims, and those like Councilman Sutton, I've worked with you in the past, and then you took a break and then you came back, and it's been a pleasure. So thank you.
He's like a bad penny. Okay. Well, thank you, Ms. Baragili. You're always a pleasure to listen to, and you really know your stuff. So thanks very much.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Next up, we have the assessor's report. Paul, can you give us an update on that? And in particular, maybe give us some background on the VGSI system and where it's going, where it's coming from.
Sure. Good evening, everybody. First, I'd like to echo Lisa's comments. To those staying on, look forward to working with you in the future. And for those departing. It's been a good time over the few years that I've been working with you. As for the VGSI online system, which has been down probably for the better part of, I mean, it's up. You can still look things up, but it hasn't been able to be updated for years because of just data issues. And we finally identified a new product that's offered by Vision as they bought.
Let me just interrupt you, Paul, for a second.
Sure.
Just for the benefit of some of us that maybe not that um, uh, conversant with the system, could you just give us a brief overview of what does VGSI stand for, and what is it that we get out of that?
Sure. VGSI is Vision Government Solutions, Inc. They are our what's called CAMA system provider for real estate valuation. And what's been down is the online system that will allow people to look up online the value of any property in town, anything that has a field card associated with it. So that's every taxable and non-taxable property has a field card that tells you all the pertinent details that go into putting a value on a piece of property. And that online system that Vision or VGSI hosted no longer could support the size of our database and how our database was constructed. It would, whenever we tried to update to it, the system would time out and it wouldn't allow for the updates to go through. And they tried for a very, very long time to try to find a solution to be able to support us. And they couldn't rewrite their current structure to fit our database. While this was all going on, they purchased a new company out of the Midwest called Data Scout, which is more geared towards websites, online presences for municipalities, but they're geared towards much larger municipalities, and they're also geared towards like down in Florida where everything's done by county. So like Florida has Palm Beach County, which is much larger than what our database is, and they host those kinds of websites. And so they've been working with us for the past 4 months to develop a new online website for the Norwalk field cards to go live with. I had a phone call with them today. There was one little glitch that was being addressed, and we got good news late this afternoon that glitch should be solved by the end of the day today. I have to log into the beta test site tomorrow morning to check to make sure that the errors that we were getting have been addressed. And if they have been addressed, if there's no further problems, then we should have a go live date of no later than next Friday. And the new website is going to be far and away better than what was originally out there from the what's called Vision Data Web. The Data Scout version is going to have much more capabilities when it comes to doing research. It's going to provide you with sales research that's collected by AI through all of the online purveyors of real estate knowledge like Zillow, Redfin, all the individual realtor companies. They get all their sales information so they can show sales trending and things like that in real time on maps. So it's not going to just be a place where you go to say, how much is 125 East Avenue worth? It's a place where you can really go out and do some serious modeling to the valuations within the city.
Great.
Okay. Any questions on that?
So while you were having the difficulties with the VGSI version, were there any problems with getting information to people? Was anybody that wanted to find out a valuation not able to get it? What happens, if they went into that system and couldn't get, or ran into problems with it, or kept timing out, whatever? What was the backup
The backup was that the information was available in our office, and it was also available by phone call or email. If a person emailed and said, "Hey, I noticed that the system's down and I can't get in, but I need these 3 field cards," we would just digitally print them and email it to them. If they came in, I mean, we've always had the capability of printing field cards in the office,
Mhm.
so it's
Okay.
always been available.
Okay. So nobody's ever not been able to get information on valuations of residents or any commercial properties.
No, ultimately, no. I mean, the one avenue which we've been discussing was, could they get
Right.
it via online at home? No, but could they get it? Yes, they just had to pursue it.
They could pick up the phone and call you and you could give it to them right away.
Yep, I have an entire file on my personal drive on my computer at work that is called emailed field cards, and I email field cards constantly, probably 10 a day.
Mhm.
Okay, good. Anybody else have any questions for Paul? Ann?
I have just a follow-up that I was going to ask the same question, just about what residents have been doing in the interim. So will your office, for folks that don't feel as comfortable using even though sounds like a really enhanced online experience and it's going to be, very user friendly. If we do have residents that are more comfortable making a phone call and we're getting the info via email, are you still going to be able to do that?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
no, the level of customer service isn't going to drop.
Okay.
This is just an enhancement to what
Yeah.
we will continue to do.
Yeah, I just want to clarify so that people understand that.
Oh yeah, no, we'll still be there for all the residents and all the non-residents that just call because they need the information for some other reason.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
One last question, Paul. When this goes live after you get the confirmation tomorrow, will you have kind of an introduction on the website that explains to people this new system and maybe some FAQs there in case they may want to know how to navigate through here?
I will check that with the Data Scout company to see if like a tutorial and facts about how to use the system could be posted to the website. That's not a question I had thought to ask, so I will check that in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, guys like me who are pretty old, you're not used to these fancy things.
All the bells and whistles, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not the greatest with the uptake on something new, and it's more point and click of it's kind of self-explanatory that you type in address and then all the information just comes up. So, but a tutorial probably, if they have one, it wouldn't hurt to put it out there.
I think it'd be really helpful.
And is there a way, just another quick question, thank you. Is there a way to inform people that this is now available?
Yes, we're gonna once I know that for sure we're definitely gonna have a definite go live date tomorrow. I'm gonna ask that Michelle Woods put something out through the internet
Great.
through all the different ways that she contacts people, and we'll put it on our webpage saying, "Click here for the new link" and stuff like that.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Terrific. Anything else for Paul?
The only other, I mean, obviously it's that time of year where we are working towards developing for finalization the 2025 grand list. So we have that going on. And then we will be bringing before this committee next month, however it's comprised, for your review and hopefully approval of who we've chosen for personal property audits. We did an RFP recently. The selection committee met today, and we picked the vendor that we wanted to go with. So we'll be coming forth in front of you next month to ask for approval and to send it to the council for full approval.
Good deal. Any other questions for Mr. Gorman? Okay, thanks very much, Paul. We appreciate it. You've been great all year long, and thanks very much.
All right. Thank you very much. You guys have a great night.
Okay, great.
Bye-bye.
Okay, item number 6 is old business, which we have none. Item number 7, new business. The approval of Finance Claims Committee and 2026 meeting calendar. Do I have a motion on that item? Mr. Sutton. This is just a listing of all our meeting dates for the 2026 calendar year. Unless there's somebody have any comments or questions about it, I think it's pretty straightforward. Otherwise, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor? Okay, that's unanimous. Thank you. B, authorize the purchasing agent to issue a purchase order to Streamline Software, Inc. for a 3-year agreement on subscription pro plan in the amount not to exceed $13,440 annually, account so noted. I think we have Joyce. Is Joyce going to explain this to us? Oh, there she is.
Yes,
Okay.
here I am.
All right.
All
It's all
right.
yours.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. So tonight I'm requesting your approval for the city to move forward with the dark assets. The dark assets owned by the Streamline company. That's where the the request line is. It's a tool that helps us meeting the new federal ADA digital accessibility requirement. So the ADA is short for the American with Disability Act, and it is enforced by the U.S. Department of Justice, DOJ's Civil Rights Division. So under the ADA Title II, state and local governments must ensure all digital content, including the website and PDFs, that is accessible to people with disability. For city, we produce thousands of public-facing documents every year, and our website currently hosting more than 150 PDFs. 150,000 PDFs, I'm sorry. So under the DOJ's new rule, all of this content must be fully accessible by April 2026. And with this volume of document we manually remediate it, each PDF is simply not feasible. Missing the deadline, it will be also expose the city to legal, financial, operating risk. So we've been, actively looking for software, to solving the issue, and dark assets is the solution that we find after months and months of the, looking for vendors. So dark assets provide an automated and cost-effective solution to cover large number of PDFs. So it will convert it into accessible format in the real time. So it also integrates smoothly with our existing website workflow. So it can, with dark assets, it will reduce our staff's workload to manually, make sure that, all the document is, ADA compliant, and the resident can rely on this software technology as a screen reader, or can fully access our documents without any issues. So this investment, will modernize our digital service, support equality and inclusion, and position in the city to meet the federal deadline. So I'm here respectfully ask for your support into approving this item. So on top of this, our city do have a part-time ADA coordinator, Bill. He is not unable to join us this evening. So all this time I'm working, CTIT is working with Bill to looking for solution. And so if you have any additional ADA related question, I'm happy to forward them to him, and we'll write email to reply to the committee. Thank you. Do you have any question for this purchase?
Any comments, questions? It sounds like a very inexpensive piece of software for the amount of PDFs that you're talking about.
It is. it is technology that make it happen.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, we've been looking for so many solutions. Some offering, hey, they pay each page certain amount of money to fix your page. But just for Common Council, like agenda or minutes, it can be more than 200, 300 page easily. Yeah. So that's why we've been kind of disappointed with all the solution we find, but that's why it takes a long time for us to really find the right solution. So this Dark Access company, all they need is adding one add-on. So it's like integrate with our current Civic Plus software. So under the Civic Plus umbrella, every PDF will be able to double click, open up, and Dark Access will be provided interface for you to open up the software. Then within that software, it will be enhance the font, make sure that people will have a disability will have a ability to read the document without any any problem, right? And then since this is the add-on module, and Dark Access will be keeping up with all the compliance out there. We don't need to worry about that because we are honestly we are not expert when it comes to ADA compliances and rules. And so anytime when Department of Justice updating their rules, Dark Access will be able to changing their software. So make sure we're always on top of the compliance and make sure we are always legally and available for providing the service for our residents.
So they're giving you updates throughout the year, probably.
Yes, since this is a SaaS model, so they will be able to modify anything we don't even need to know. They probably will notify us in the summary of every time when they have a new version coming up, but it's all going to be seamless, like managed by Dark Access.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Good. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Any other comments, questions?
I was just
Go
going to
ahead.
clarify. It sounds great. So it's a 3-year contract and the 13,440 is the annual
Yes.
fee. Okay.
Right. So yeah, the reason we can negotiate to this low rate because
Yeah.
once we go down to this route, I don't think we are going to moving out or take the software out the second year or third year. So
Right.
by locking in the 3-year as a new customer, they kind of give us this rate. So this if we got approval and Common Council, then we will have the legal looking into this 3-year agreement contract and make sure we have coverage throughout the whole entire period.
Mhm.
Will this
Great.
convert PDFs to audio?
It could be some no, that's not requirement though, but I think they do have other city or town they are using it. Yeah. And then I think one of the functionality they probably could be converting, click there, it will read for you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of standard.
Okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Any other questions, comments? Okay, all those in favor? Okay, it's unanimous. Thank you. Thank you,
so
Joyce.
much.
Last item C, approve ARPA transfer request from 133710-5796-AEC04 project manager in the amount of $156,506.66 to the following ARPA accounts as noted. Event implementation program, $40,526.42. And 134010-5796-ARP04 Parks and Recreation Projects, $12,528.90. Do I have a motion on this item? Ms. Winstrand, thank you. Um, uh, Jared, do you want to take us through this one?
Sure. I'd be happy to. Good evening, everybody. And yeah, we haven't talked about ARPA in a little while. And things were kind of running. Everything had been allocated and obligated as was required by law at the end of last year. So everything was good in that sense. And now we're kind of halfway to the next deadline, which is spending the money. And so, and we've spent a lot of it. But I suspect that there will be I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 more of these as we get to the finish line for each one of these projects, and we start to really know exactly how much we're going to need for each project, that we have to make some transfers here and there to make sure that we use every penny of ARPA money that we possibly can. And so that's what this is doing. This is one of those rounds of that. So these in particular, each one of these accounts, which relates to a project, and each one of them relates to a position in this case, which was funded through ARPA. And so in this instance, there was one project that is coming in under budget, that we have a balance left over. And so what we're proposing is to transfer funding from there to 3 other projects. And again, those projects relate to different positions, to make sure that we have the funding remaining in each of those projects to be able to fund those positions through the end of the current fiscal year. So they would go through June 30th of 2026. And so that's what this transfer is to do.
Any questions? Any comments? Any further explanations needed?
Just one quick clarification. So the 5 employees that are referenced here, you're saying those positions will be funded through June of 2026.
Yeah, so ultimately,
Okay.
and one of the things that's driving this is that the project manager position was moved in the middle of last year from ARPA into the operating budget.
Okay.
And so that left a balance in that project manager position. And so
Right.
that funding is now being transferred to the sustainability coordinator, the event planning coordinator, and a small portion to the arborist. The arborist has actually, not to get too detailed, but the arborist has actually been moved to the operating budget as well, but starting January 1st. So there's a small piece of this, a $12,000 item is to cover the arborist through to January 1st, and then after that position is in the operating budget already. And then the other ones would be funded through the end of June 2026.
Okay, thank you.
It's, we're in kind of like nip and tuck mode here. We actually have less than $800,000 left of the $39 million that we've been allocated. And so we've done a good job of spending down everything that we have. And so we just want to make sure that we are using, as much as we can of this and don't have anything left over.
And so what's the deadline that it has to be spent by?
End of next year, end of 2026.
Okay, great.
The calendar year.
Yeah.
So December 31st.
And is the 800,000 net of these?
The 800,000 includes what's remaining of these.
Okay. So it's 800,000 less 158 is left.
Right. And the other ones are, to be clear, The other ones are already determined. They're already obligated. We just haven't come to the end of the project yet, and there's still balances that are owed on those, and so they haven't been finalized. So we're not anticipating there won't be any problem spending all that money. They are obligated. We know what they are, and so it's not going to be an issue.
Okay, great. Okay. Any other questions? Great. All those in favor? Great. That's unanimous. Great.
Thank
Is
you.
there anything else that you want to bring up, Jared? Or is that it?
No, just, we're coming up on the end of the year, and there was obviously an election, and I think some are staying on. And just to echo what Paul and what Lisa said, it's been great working with everybody, and I'm looking forward to continuing to work with those of you guys who end up staying on the committee. It's been, you guys are a good committee to work with, so appreciate that.
We're all you got.
And even even in the the unfortunate situation of Greg's passing, and
Yes.
and Jim, you picking up the mantle and moving forward with it is great.
Well, yeah, and I want to say farewell to Doug, and good luck. It's been a pleasure working with you over the years, and we've said this a couple of times. Every time we bump into each other, it's like I'm saying goodbye to you all the time. I think I said goodbye to you this morning too. But it's been a real pleasure, and I think it's been. I want to thank everybody else that's on the committee as well, even those who didn't show up tonight. But Jared, you and your team have been really helpful, and I think you really make a lot of these complex and convoluted transfers and machinations that you go through, all very. I'm not going to use the word that is overused, but I think it's easy to understand what's going on. And not only do you give us the information, that you also make it very understandable. So I think we understand it and grasp it, and we can explain it to other people as we go forward. So that's a real commendation on you and your staff. So thank you very much for everything you've done this year.
Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it.
Okay. Is there any other motions?
Mhm.
I said, is there any other motions?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. All in favor? That's unanimous.
Okay.
Well,
Thanks,
surprise.
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Thanks a lot.
Good
Thank you
night.
all.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Happy holidays.
You too.